I can't believe you haven't read Cry, the Beloved Country. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Today, we are doing another video in the series. I can't believe you haven't read that yet. If you are just following along, this is a series where I read books that my husband literally has said to me, I can't believe you haven't read that yet. Now, these could be books he could be saying this for whatever reason, whether that be he's like shocked I didn't have to read it in school. He thinks that it's right up my alley and he knows I'm aware of it and is just surprised I haven't read it, or whatever the case may be. And today's book is Cry, the Beloved Country by Alan Paton. Okay, so he said he read this in high school. Again, I don't know if you're just following along. I didn't have to read much in high school. Like, we had required reading. We read A Catcher in the Rye. We read like To Kill a Mockingbird. We read stuff like that, but we didn't have an extensive like required reading list. We did have some requirements, but it really wasn't many books. So I hadn't read it. Not only have I not read it before now, I never even heard of it. Stop throwing tomatoes. I know. Anyways, this book is set in South Africa and is written by a South African. It really talks about the rule, the impact, the situation that like colonization brought to South Africa. So the whole book pretty much is about Black people in a Black country, but that's ruled and influenced and kind of like oppressed by white people, white laws, white whatever. And if you've been following along before now, you know that I also read, as a part of this series, Things Fall Apart. And that book has very similar themes to Cry, the Beloved Country. It's not the same story, but the themes are the same as far as like the colonization of Africa, as far as the impact it has on Black people versus the actual colonizers. It talks about a lot of the same themes, but there's a huge difference between the two. I really enjoyed Things Fall Apart. And I didn't enjoy Cry, the Beloved Country that much. But wait. That leads me to the point of this video, okay? Because I don't want us to confuse me not really liking this book like that versus me not appreciating the importance of the book, okay? This is an important read. It's important, and I'm actually glad I read it. I'd read it again, even knowing that I wouldn't really like it that much, because I like the perspective. I like the ideas that it was trying to like get across. I like the themes. I like what the book was about. I like that it was rich in South African history. I liked it. I enjoyed it. That part. I see the value in it, and I'm glad it was written. That is independent of me not really liking the book like that. And what I didn't like about it is I don't feel like I resonated with the storytelling that much. And it was very, I just didn't like the author's writing style. I think that's what it comes down to. So at times, like, I was super bored with the book, not the subject matter, y'all. We're gonna separate the two. I was bored with the book, but I pressed on because, like I said, it was an important book. And I don't know, like that prompted me to make this video. I was going to do it anyways because it's the part of the series. I can't believe you haven't read that yet. But it also made me think about, just because you don't like a book, and I'm not saying I totally didn't like it, I just kind of sort of didn't like it. Just because you really didn't like a book like that doesn't mean that you wouldn't recommend it. And it doesn't mean that you aren't aware or appreciative of the value, why it's written, why people recommend it, and why it's important. I would recommend this book. Like I said, it's rich in South African history. It's rich in the themes that it's trying to get across. It has important conversation starters in it. The writing was not my favorite, not my style at all, but I would recommend the book with the caveat to people that if you are like me, you might be bored with some of the storytelling and some of the repetitiveness and stuff like that. But I still am glad I read it. So, to sum up today's video, I finally read Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Paton, written by a South African, about South Africa, the colonization, the history, the richness of it. Yeah, dealing with racial injustice, dealing with racist laws, and a land being ruled by people who don't have nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? So, good book in importance and content and context. I didn't like the package that the book was wrapped up in, you know? So I like the message. I like the themes. I liked all that. I like the richness. I just didn't like the little package and a bow that is the book like that. So let me know what you think if you've read it. I'm glad I read it. Like I said, I'd read it again for the first time. I'm not reading this book twice, but like if I knew now what I knew before I started, I would still read it because I don't read much about South Africa. So I enjoy reading this. Like I said, it's rich in history. Yeah, published in 1948. It's a good book for what it is, you know, and that's okay. Not every book I'm going to read is going to be a 98-star book. So let me know if you read this, what you think. That's it for this one, y'all. Catch you on the next one.